All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Natalie Vlatko, and I am one of the co-chairs for SIG Docs. You are part of the bi-weekly community meeting for SIG Docs. Today is the 25th of November, Tuesday, the 25th of November, and we will likely have a very short meeting today given the US holidays coming up, but still got some updates to share around release and so on. I wanted to remind everyone that this is a Kubernetes meeting, which means we abide by the Kubernetes Code of Conduct. So for folks listening and participating on the call or via PRs, issues, and on Slack, generally on GitHub, we want to make sure that we are being kind and respectful to one another. And if you do have any issues that come up that require the Code of Conduct committee, you can contact them at conduct@kubernetes.io. Wanted to get started with today's meeting to see if there's any new contributors who have joined the call that wanted to call out and say hello. Now is the time to do so. Feel free to unmute or you can put something in the chat. Silence also means often that we don't have anyone new, which is fine. If anyone out there is watching and wanted to say hello, you can come and find us in the SIG Docs channel, SIG-Docs over in the Kubernetes Slack. We'd definitely love to welcome you and say hello. Let's go through some of the updates and reminders for today. I want to note, as I mentioned before, it is a US holiday this week, Thursday and likely Friday for some folks. And so we do not have a PR Wrangler scheduled for this week. PR wrangling, for folks who don't know, is how we specifically make sure that we can push our contributions through the contribution lifecycle with the PRs and issues that we're working on. And so we make sure we've got folks looking at PRs that need to be merged upstream. So there's no one on shift this week, but there are a few of us around regularly doing some reviews and checks. And so you can come to the SIG Docs channel on the Kubernetes Slack if you need any PR looked at this week. For next week's PR Wrangler, we have Ray Lohano, who's one of our co-chairs for SIG Docs. I should call out as well a hello to Xander on the call, who's one of our tech leads too. Because Xander is the following week's PR Wrangler as well. And then for anyone who is an approver, I know it's holiday time, but please go and take a look at your scheduled PR Wrangler shifts. I will be specifically, once the US holidays over in December, updating our PR Wrangler shifts for 2026. And so I'll be reaching out to folks, a couple of newer approvers, to make sure that they are aware that they'll be on the wrangling shift now coming up for the calendar year of 2026. If you've got any questions about PR wrangling, you can reach out to me. I'm around this week. With that, we also do something called issue wrangling, where we make sure we're looking at the different issues that are coming into the Kubernetes website repo and the general sub-projects that we have around the blog and the reference documentation. We make sure that we're trying to triage as many issues as we can too. And so with that, we do not have an issue wrangler this week, again, because of the US-based holiday, but next week's issue wrangler is Sriram. And for reviewers, I would like to remind you to please look at your shifts. I will again, like with the PR wrangling, also be doing the 2026 calendar for issue wrangling. And for folks who have been around SIG Docs for a little while, and if you feel like you'd like to do some issue wrangling, you don't need to be an approver for this. Please reach out to me. I'd be happy to add you onto our schedule. Happy to also take you through some of the basics when it comes to issue wrangling. But we're definitely happy to have some newer contributors who've been around Docs for a little while up for issue wrangling as well regularly with us. Finally, for folks who are not sure, that you want to make sure that you get these invitations for SIGDocs meetings in the future, please make sure you join the SIGDocs Google group. That'll give you invites and also edit access to the agenda that I'm sharing on my screen now. And then finally, a reminder about the Code of Conduct again, and how you can reach out to the Code of Conduct committee if you have a concern. All right. We'd like to move to the agenda now, and we will always start with an update about the release. And so I'd like to ask if there's anyone here from the release docs team, if you'd like to give this week's update.
Yeah, hi, I'm fine. I'll give the updates for today. Um, so, uh, so the last week branch PR, sync PR has been created. The review is good and will be merged soon. Anyway, so the overall status is green, and right now the team is working on to connect with all the CAP PRs to see that the technical reviews are there and possibly get a merge because the doc freeze is coming on 3rd of December next month. So we have already sent the first set of reminders, and from tomorrow on, we will track which are currently in a ready to review state. So we would be reaching out to the cap owners, and if they're like the owners are good, but the reviews are pending, so we'll reach out to the reviewers to wrap the PR up. For the last release, which is 135 beta 0. So the release notes PR is up and is currently in review, and again should be merged soon on that one. Current status of cap, we are tracking a total of 61 caps at the moment, and out of that 23 have already been merged. 32 are in ready to review state, and 6 of them don't require a doc. Yeah, that's the status from the doc side.
Great. Thank you, Cyan. Does anyone have any questions for the release docs team? No? Okay. For Cyan, for the docs folks, if you need some help closer to the deadline, I know that's not
Yes,
until
yes.
next month, but folks will be back likely from holidays then, and there'll be a few of us who can help with pushing some docs in for the release. Um, Myself and I know Divya is back from holidays as well. Divya, one of our other co-chairs can help out. Ray Lahano is currently overseas in a different time zone, so we'll be not as available as much, but you can reach out to a few of us other leads to help out if needed.
Sure, sure, we'll do.
Great. Thanks so much. Now, moving to release comms, I do know that Graziano, who would have given the update, is not feeling well. Just to double check, is there someone from release comms on the call now? No, okay, that's no worries. I'll read out this update that Graziano added here. So with the code freeze, there's 15 enhancements with the current status of green being tracked with 13 PRs tracked. Two feature blogs have merged as a draft and are ready to publish. Got 9 feature blogs that are currently under review. One feature blog is ready for review and one is still not ready, given the deadline was yesterday. But they're hoping that this missing PR should be ready for review by the end of the week. I would agree that with only one missing, the status of green still feels good. Um, the release mid-cycle blog PR is merged. And also, I just before the meeting approved the publication PR so that goes live tomorrow as well. The release comms status is green. Um, I would ask if you've got any questions, but I would ask for folks who do have questions to please go into the release comms channel, release-comms, and you can do so to speak to the team there. One thing I will mention that came up specifically in the SIG Docs channel, and this is a question perhaps for Tim or Xander. There were some questions around publishing some of the feature blogs across the holiday period. Graziano, I want to hear how folks feel about that. Yeah, Tim, after you.
I mean, first of all, the automation will be absolutely happy. It will not stop over the holidays. Um, I don't mind. Like, it is very much, in my view, up to release comms. Um, I think we are a multicultural. I mean, the geopolitics of Kubernetes amazes me, but we are very much an inclusive multicultural thing, and maybe we should avoid the 25th of December, the 1st of January, the 31st. But yeah, I think we should go for whatever days suit, and then not be too, keen to avoid the whole period.
Great, thanks. I had mentioned also to Graziano that we have in the past published before the 25th and then in between and then after New Year's Day, for example. So I think that can continue. That's great to know. I'll just confirm in the SIG docs thread that Graziano started so that he's got that information as well. Thanks, Tim. All right. That is actually the end of our agenda because there are no issues and PRs or discussion points added. But I want to double check for folks that are on the call. Does anyone have any issues, PRs, or discussion that they would like to bring up in today's call? Tim.
Yeah, I have one, and it's issue 53396. It is a feature suggestion, and I guess there's two reasons I'm bringing it up. One is that we can actually have a YouTube video that we can point people to, and anyone who's really interested can go and watch the discussion in the future. But also, let me give you that number again. It's 53396. Yeah, I suggest it. I don't want to just, although I've got the technical access to go and approve it, I want to get people's opinions before I say this is something that the project is going to do.
Sure, I'm just looking this up. Okay, there we go.
And so for those of you not following along on GitHub, the title is Render Netlify Redirects from Page Aliases.
There we go. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. I would definitely say that we would probably also want to hear from some of the localizations too if they think it's useful as well.
Sure. I think this is useful. I mean, there's the benefit to localizations is it takes away a foot gun that occasionally we see. That's not why I'm proposing this, although, it's a nice benefit. So the thing you can do wrong, this is a bit unfortunate, but if you are localizing a page and it has an alias in the front matter, and you think to yourself, well, that doesn't look like, a word in Swahili, whatever. I'm not going to change that because it's not Swahili text, so I'll leave that as it is. And you don't change a lot of the other things in the front matter, like the weight or the content type. And this gets past review and it all looks fine. No one sees any English. The Swahili is perfect. And you publish it, and now that page, the way that the site rendering works, that page is now in Swahili. In other words, the English page has become a Swahili page.
I see.
We don't want that. And it's a bit of annoying. Like, the thing I don't like about it is that whoever's done that, they've made a very easy mistake to make. And it's the system. It's not their negligence that's really done anything wrong. It's just really, the thing I don't want to happen is that a contributor feels bad about the mistake that was easy to make. But also, the actual benefit that we get from this is that it becomes easier in a way to manage the redirects, because the redirects live as metadata in the target page. And that's not a bad place to put it. So rather than saying, well, here's your page, and over in a completely different part of the source is a big file of all the redirects we ever had, we say, no, here's your page. Here are all of the old URLs it has had over its lifetime. And for example, if you delete a page, you don't have to delete the redirects because they just automatically are not there anymore.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I do agree that, getting a couple of folks saying yay or nay on the issue would be great rather than just going ahead implementing an okay. But at the same time, I do see that I do see the benefit here, and I do like that we're possibly helping an error not to be made. That I think that, yeah.
So what I want to invite is that all those people who are on the call who are thinking, I don't know if I understand this, or I have questions, like, this is why we have these calls. All of you are welcome to ask questions for me, for Natalie, for whoever wants to answer them. Please ask away.
maybe some questions will come up on the issue itself, Tim.
That's
All right.
fine too.
That's fine too. Great. Thanks so much for bringing this up. We've got that there, and I can see that Shannon has already jumped in and asked some questions, which is great. Any other issues or PRs that folks have that they may want to mention for today? All right, I'm going one last call for any discussion points before we end the call. Okay. Thanks so much, everyone. Very, very short meeting given holiday time likely for some of our US-based folks, but also because a lot of folks busy with release deadline work. We've got the docs fees coming up, a lot of blogs being worked on, and just a lot of folks are likely having taking advantage of a slower time period around the holiday season, which is always good to rest a little bit. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. And then for anyone who is watching on YouTube later on, again, please make sure you come and watch us, come and say hi to us in SIG Docs, SIG-Docs in the Kubernetes Slack. We'll be happy to answer any questions based on anything that you've seen here today. Thanks everyone for joining, and we will see you in another 2 weeks.